Welcome to the DIY3DTech.com channel.
Welcome to this edition of DIY3DTech.com. In this edition, we're going to follow up a little bit on a prior video that we did. In a prior video, we took a look at these doohickeys, basically universal camera mount. Mounts on a tripod. And we looked at printing them, and I did a bit of a review and stuff, and these are really great. There are a couple different pieces though with these that I didn't like, that I wanted to change around a little bit. And so I mentioned I was going to do a remix, and I did do a remix of them, and here they are. So before we talk about them though, what I want to do is do a quick printed these on the Fabrikator Mini through Octoprint. Let's take a quick look at a time lapse of printing them, and then let's come back and talk about why I remixed these, and we'll go from there. So, time lapse.
Now for a time lapse video. Ready, set, let's go.
So that was a Z-axis based time lapse done through Octoprint on the Fabrikator Mini. And here's part of the concept between why I remixed these. So you can kind of see how this is now holding. This is a Nexus 7 tablet, and if I would have thought about this during the time lapse portion, I should have done this. I'm going to spin this out. Trying to do all this with one hand is a little bit difficult. I'm going to set that down and spin this, especially working around a camera, but that's okay. We're professionals. So now we have this. So we have these two on here. Now, one of the pieces that I was seeing with the two different versions is so you see this side, I've got the face on here. Make sure I get it in the camera. And so this is holding it, and the pressure is actually going against the top, and that's at a 90-degree angle. Whereas this is at an angle. Now I printed the ones with the angle are made out of ABS, and I had some actual cracking down here. I'm not sure if you can see this, so I actually epoxied this to fix it. However, and the same on the top, because what was happening is you kind of clamp down on this with the angle pieces, and the torque would kind of would want to break these, where the torque is distributed a little bit differently with these. And also what happens is there's less likelihood, especially if you don't get this tight. See, I can push this off here, and I've actually had some things pop out of this clamping because of the way, especially if they're thicker, and depending upon how they fit in there. And I think you can kind of see that like that. So I decided to come up with these because most of it fits in with a larger tablet or phablet type stuff that I'm doing. Also, with this, with the thicker piece and a longer rod, I can actually stick an iPad in here, and it holds the iPad a little bit better than it does with these, because the iPad rests in there. And I actually used the flexible cover in there also to kind of shim it, because you see this space right here, this takes up about the whole space. So anyways, I'll toss this remix up on Thingiverse. Nothing major. I just like the way it printed, and also because it does this overhang without supports. This overhang gets a little bit rough, and especially on the Fabrikator Mini, where this because there's no angles, it prints very cleanly. So anyways, just a little bit of a remix. Figured I'd throw it out there and let you guys chew on it a little bit. And if you make use of it, I'll put the link down below to this on Thingiverse. And hey, maybe rehash it yourself, remix it, come up with something better. One of the things that I am thinking about doing is coming up with a version where I make this front part thinner and longer to support a tablet. So have this kind of flare out at the bottom and support a tablet, and have this narrower portion in the back where it mounts to the tripod. So again, just stuff I'm thinking about for future versions. Also, if you have any ideas to make this better or what you would maybe do, hey, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll remix a version with your suggestions in it too. So anyways, hopefully you found this interesting. Hopefully this remix will be handy for you in some shape, fashion, or form. If it is, hey, let me know down below. Post a video, send me a link, what have you. I'd like to see what you guys do with this, even if it's just a comment below. So anyways, give this a thumbs up if you liked it. Even if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And hey, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Please click like below and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on all of our projects.